What's up guys, my name's Dychronic here on this Destiny 2 video, and today we're going to be talking about a really fun loadout for PvP that has been dominating whenever I use it. Now this strategy is known as the Bow Sturm combo, and with this strategy I was able to get sub 1 second time to kills very consistently without using any special ammo whatsoever, with literally just using the bow and the Sturm. The strategy literally is to shoot an enemy in the head with the bow and then quickly swap over to the hand cannon and shoot them in the body. It will kill every enemy in PvP in the entire game as long as they're not in super. In the rest of this video, I'm going to describe exactly how you want to build your bows as well as your hand cannons if you're not using a Sturm, as well as your armor pieces and all of the different exotics you can use, as well as the weaknesses to the build. So as I was saying before, this strategy allows you to get sub 1 second time to kills very consistently. I actually recorded it in my gameplay and got a 0.9 seconds to kill an enemy, and this enemy was literally the exact same strategy I described before. Get a headshot with the bow, quickly switch over to the Sturm and shoot him right in the body. These guys get so surprised every single time. The crux of the strategy is to try to make it as fast as physically possible that you can kill them before they even realize that their shield has cracked. Literally, go for the headshot with the bow, their shields will crack and go halfway into their health, and quickly swap over to the hand cannon before they can get behind cover. Now this is going to be something you have to practice, something that you have to build a lot of things around to make the swap speed as fast as physically possible, but the idea is you basically dump on them before they even realize they've been dumped on. So let's talk about weapons. First off, we're using a Sturm. The reason I use a Sturm is because it's the highest damage, highest range hand cannon in the game. You can compare it with things like the Duke, and even though it's a 110 hand cannon, you can see that the range is vastly superior to it because of the fact of the catalyst, which increases the range by a lot. Honestly, very surprised more people don't use the Sturm because the range on this thing is actually ridiculous. I have tried this strategy with the Duke, I've used it with the Prenata D, I've also tried using it with the Ace of Spades, and the Sturm always works the best. Next up, the bow. For this secondary, I use Subtle Calamity because of the fact that it has a superior accuracy and somewhat damage than the Arsenic, whereas the Arsenic pulls back a lot faster, you can shoot more shots quicker, but in general, the accuracy is extremely important when it comes to using this weapon, which is why I went with a accuracy masterwork. I went with Icarus Grips when I'm flying through the air, I can still hit enemies with my bow shots. Alternatively, better target acquisition's really nice. On my particular setup, I also had Dragonfly plus Archer's Tempo, so I can make the drawback faster as I continue to get headshots. Alternatively, you could probably go with something like Rampage and Archer's Tempo, but don't go for the Sneak Bow. Sneaking really is not my favorite. Next up, let's talk about armors. Pretty much any exotic that you can use that makes it so your swap speed is faster, swapping to a hand cannon, swapping to anything, the handling is better. For Warlocks, that's going to be the Ophidian aspect, which allows you to do faster swap speed, faster reloading, faster aim down sights, you know, the whole shebang, which is very useful, which is what I was using. For the Hunters, I still believe the Lucky Pants allows you to switch quickly to hand cannons, which makes it very powerful in this build. And I can't think of any at the moment for the Titans, but there might be something out there. Outside of that, all of the legendary armor pieces can also include stuff like this as well. There's plenty of things to make it so it's faster ready and swap time for hand cannons and bows, making it so you have better accuracy with bows. Lots of stuff that can help you out with this strategy. Again, the crux of the strategy is to go as fast as physically possible. The swap has to be incredibly fast so that you can kill them before they can get around cover when they've realized their shield has broken. Outside of that, use whatever makes the most sense. For your grenades, try to use grenades that flush enemies out of cover, for example, solar grenades, or vortex grenades, or void wall, thermite, anything that forces enemies out of their cover and out in the open is going to be a boon for you. Outside of that, supers really don't matter. Power weapons, I recommend a grenade because it allows you to get more in their face and close range, whereas the bow is more of a mid to long range. Now let's talk about weaknesses to this strategy. This strategy is actually weak to a lot of different things. Until you've gotten a good amount of practice with these things, you may be killed over and over and over again because it's a relatively difficult strategy to get around. First off, shotguns dominate them at close range. Because you don't have a special weapon, you cannot actually use a shotgun in this particular combo. You're gonna have a lot of problems with shotguns. You need to keep at range. Range is extremely important. but not too much range because snipers will dominate you at the longest range. Any enemies that are also rushing you, like titans with shoulder charge, are also going to be a big problem, so make sure you stay away from the enemy as much as you can. And on top of that as well, make sure you try to stay away from large team battles. Make sure you're going for the 1v1s as much as possible, because again, you're only doing enough damage, put everything in one basket to kill one enemy. That being said, I did have Dragonfly on my particular bow, which made it very adept at dealing with large groups of enemies because it kind of disoriented them, it damaged all of them, I got credit for all the kills when my teammates killed them. So if you are playing with a team, you're not doing Rumble or you're not doing a 1v1, your teammates can help you get those Dragonfly explosion kills, and it can destroy all of your enemies quite quickly. And then finally, any enemy with a super is also going to be a problem, because the fact, again, you don't have any special weapons, you don't have any, for example, sleeper simulants, you're gonna have a big problem with dealing enemies with supers. So if you do see a super, honestly, just run away or keep it very long range. You can technically like 4-shot headshot super enemies, but that is obviously 4 shots, and that's going to take quite a while. And that's pretty much the video for you guys today. On screen now, you'll see a bunch of floofers. Thank you for making it all the way to the end. Hashtag made it to the fluffers. And yeah, that's the strategy. Just something I've been playing around with. Obviously, I'm not the first person to think of this. I've been doing this literally since like day 2 or day 3 when I saw somebody else doing it, and I've just always been having a lot of fun, and I wanted to share it with you guys. Especially if you're going for some triumphs or getting bow and hand cannon kills, you might want to employ this strategy because it's really fun. Anyways, I've been your host, Dychronic, and I'll see you guys on the next one.